So, good afternoon and welcome everyone to this very special occasion. We're here today as witnesses, gathered to help Sally and David celebrate the joining of their two lives. We're not here passively, simply to help them rejoice, but to be with them in the making of important commitments. By being with David and Sally today, we're telling them that we are and will remain their beloved family and friends, and promise them the support of a sustaining, though scattered, community of affection. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Sally Mack. I'm a close and longtime friend of the Solomon family. I think of Sally's parents, Jolene and Bunny, as among the most beloved and loving of all my friends and family. And Sally is probably the woman that I'm closest to in my son's generation. Not surprisingly, my son Tony, who has been close buddies with Sally since preschool, is in this wedding party as Sally's best man and flute player. I was so honored and touched when Sally and David asked me to officiate at their wedding. I understood that in some way they wanted me to stand in for Jolene and Bunny to welcome you all here, as they would have been so thrilled to do. But when I asked why, more specifically, did they want me to officiate, they said they wanted to create their own ceremony, and Sally said she recognized me as a central Jewish presence in her life. And indeed, I guess I am. I grew up in an Orthodox Jewish family, and when the Macks and Solomons have celebrated Passover together, which we've done for more than 30 years, I functioned as the organizer of the Seder and the self-appointed leader of the reading of the Haggadah. I've also been a stickler about not leaving out any important prayers or commentary, no matter how long it was taking. And Sally's father, Bunny, would always eventually say, okay, let's keep going. Come on. The brisket's going to get cold. A few more words about why I was asked to officiate at the wedding. Sally's mother, Jolene, and I shared a deep friendship which started in about 1965 and lasted until her death in 2001. On our long Saturday morning walks, we talked a lot about so many things, but probably mostly about our children. As many of you here know, Jolene was a most articulate and inspiring scientist and teacher. I think she was probably the most profoundly honest person I've ever known, with a courageous, probing way of facing issues and challenges. I was always impressed at how she applied those qualities to raising her children, and clearly she passed them on. So when I asked Sally and David why they chose to marry one another, not surprisingly, they both talked about how happy they felt to have found a person to whom they could always tell the real truth. That meant they could be secure in the freedom to tell each other just how they feel. They don't have to couch their words or actions because they want to know what each other is thinking, good or bad. They both say something not because it's the right thing to say, but because it's what they believe. And they both told me how lucky they felt to find each other. And I agree they are, since the ability and freedom to honestly face your differences through life's journey together, and there will be differences and changes in attitude from what originally seemed an agreed upon position, that ability is crucial to maintaining a committed and supportive relationship. As we think about the unique strength in your relationship, Sally and David, we now ask you to share with us the vows you wish to make to one another and then exchange wedding rings.
David, I love you for your kindness, brilliance, humor, beauty, loyalty, integrity, and bravery, and for the strength you bring me. Today, before my dearest friends and closest family, in tribute to my beloved parents, and with certainty in my heart, I vow to protect and care for you, challenge and support you, love you utterly, and share my life with you. I promise to honor the delight and good fortune in our lives and to comfort us in hardship. I pledge all of this now and in our future, still open to discovery. Will you join me as my husband in equal partnership to continue to live compassionately and wisely, as well as with funniness and lightness in our lives? Will you join me in marriage today to share joy and bear sorrow side by side every day of our lives?
I will. I do. Sally, I love you for your inner and outer beauty, for your honesty, thoughtfulness, passion, and silliness, for the cookies and other treats you bring home to me, and for the humane, respectful way you treat other people, like the old lady you help on the street who has nothing to give you but a smile and a thank you. You make the good times better, and more importantly, you make the bad times better. And when you're away, I often feel better by thinking about when you immediately said yes when you realized I was asking you to marry me. I know I'm fortunate to have both my parents here today, and before them and my sister and the rest of my family and my closest friends, I promise as your husband to love you and support you financially and emotionally. For almost 3.5 years, you have repeatedly demonstrated your love for me by giving me comfort and by challenging me to expand my comfort zone. Do you promise as my wife to continue to love me like you have, by helping me and accepting my help, and by finding new ways to love me for as long as we live?
I do.
Bear with us.
We got Yay!
Sally and David, as I look around and see people's reactions to your vows and exchanging of rings, I think I speak for all of us gathered here that you have received the support and blessings from your family and friends, and I think it comes not only from those who are present, but from the spirit of those no longer present on earth who have loved and nurtured you both. David and Sally have chosen to drink a sip of wine together from a wonderful cup that was made for them by their Aunt Sylvia. As they each drink from this cup, let all of us who share in this celebration recognize their love and commitment to one another and give them our blessings that their mutual love and respect sustain them through the difficult times that come into every life and relationship. Sally and David shared with me their realization that there exists both happiness and tragedy in life together, and they have faith in one another to face these realities together. Now, stomping on the wine glass is a long-honored Jewish tradition that represents the destruction of the first temple in Jerusalem and reminds the couple and all those present that even at such a joyous moment, the tragedies of others should not be forgotten. It also puts an exclamation point on the wedding ceremony. Naturally, Sally and David were reluctant to step on this beautiful cup, so they have a substitute. And we'll put the wine glass down, and when David stamps on the glass, you are welcome to say or call out or yell. Oh, I'm going to say. David and Sally, since you have pledged your faith and commitment to one another and declared the same by joining hands and giving and receiving rings, I do now, by the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, pronounce you married.